Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Mr. Ernest, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Okay.
Afternoon. I'm in a car, so I don't want to disturb.
Okay. Okay, let me wait for like five
So
minutes.
probably we can wait more if other people will join.
Okay. I should start at it.
No, I'm saying that can we wait small if other people will join?
All right, okay. Let me wait. Let us start. While I believe other people will join us soon. So as I said yesterday, that I will be starting. So I'll be starting with material schedule for what we have done so far on structural elements. So first of all, I will start with sand filling. How to create material schedule for a sand filling. So if I want to create material schedule for a sand filling, so I will click on this new part. So it brings as sub item equipment, labor, material, order, and subcontract. So I'll just click on this material because it's material schedule I want to do. I'll click on this material and change the name to sand filling to tons. So I will click OK. But I don't want it to be here. I want it to be under sand filling. So I will drag it under sand filling. So as sub item to sand filling. As sub item to sand filling. So I will double click on sand filling, click on advanced. So what and what do I need? So I have to link my sand filling quantities with this sand filling to know my total tonnage of my sand filling. So I will click in front of this quantity, click this one, the first icon. I will look for sand filling, click on sand filling, and look for quantity. This is the quantity, and click OK. OK. So I've linked my quantity on sand filling to this my sand filling for material schedule. So what do I need again? I need the density of my sand filling. You all know that density of sand is 1.6 ton per meter cube. So I'll create row for my density. So density. So density, let me predefine my density. You know, it's 1.60 for sand. So I need markup. I have to mark up my quantities. Markup means percentage of waste. I have to add waste to my quantities. So I will predefine markup. So let me assume maybe 15%. I want to add 15% to my quantity, or 20%, or 25%. So click OK. So having done all this, I will drag all this to my quantity by multiplying it with multiply by density by the markup. So whatever I get is going to be in tonnage, tons. So the markup is in percentage. The density is in kg per meter cube. Okay. So having done all this, I'll decide to check the two. Let me check whether there's nothing is checked here again. So I'll click on form layout, fill the units. Okay, okay. So let us take off for sand filling to see whether this is correct. Let me go. So I want to know my sand filling. Let me click on sand filling. You assume to be 0.30. Okay. So our sand filling start from here. This sand filling. So let us check our quantity for sand filling. Okay, so density is 1.6. Our markup is 50%. Okay, see, let me show you on under estimating. So let us check. So our sand filling is 55.2 tons. So we need 55.2 tons for this 30 cubic meters. So the next item on the list is going to be damp-proof membrane, DPM. It's going to be damp-proof membrane. So we all know that the area of our damp-proof membrane is, the length is 20 meters by 0.9 meters in a row. A row of damp-proof membrane is 20 meters by 0.9 meters. So I will click on this damp-proof to bed and click on this new parts, click on material. So and write DPM in a row, and click OK. So I will double click on this DPM, click on advanced. So I will link the quantities of my damp-proof membrane to this place. Or since that, okay, I will link the quantities of my sand fillings. Sorry, damp-proof membrane quantity. Okay, so it should be sand filling. So the quantity of my sand filling is going to be linked to this sand filling. The total area, I will pick area because sand DPM is mentioned in area. So I look for area here. Click OK. Click OK. So once again, what I did for sand filling to know the total tonnage of the sand filling. So I have to mark this one up to for waste. Let me assume 5% waste or 10% waste for so an area of damp proof, area of DPM. So I said the length of DPM in a row is 20 meters by 0.9, so making 18 meters square. So I will write 18 meters square here, 18 meters. So the unit is square meter. So the markup, I assume 5%. So I will divide this area I copied for my sand filling by the area of DPM. Drag it and and multiply it by the waste, which is markup. So I will check the area and the markup. So let me check whether there's nothing again. So I'll click on form layout, check the units, since that's all, and click OK. And click OK again. So let us go and check again to confirm what we did for DPM. So let us check again. Let me delete this sampling. So let us check again. Since sampling is the principal item, the main item to level and compare DPM and blinding. So I'll be clicking on sand filling. Click OK. So let us cross check. Let's check. Let's check again. So let's check. So area of DPM is 18 and click OK. So you can see now. So in a, let me show it under templates. And filling. You see now in a row DPM, we need 2.46 roll of DPM. 2.46 roll of DPM. That's what we need. Let me include the units here. So that's that for DPM. So we are left with blinding. So we all know that for us to make our blinding, we be needing cement, sand, and aggregate. We needing cement, sand, and aggregate. So I will first of all click on this blinding to bed. Having clicked on this blinding to bed, I will click on new parts, pick material. So the first item to create for our blinding is going to be cement. It's going to be cement. So I will write cement, and click OK. So double click on cement. So double click on cement and click on advance. So now we need total cubic meter for our blinding. So I will once again link the total area of our sand filling. Total area of our sand filling. Click on sand filling, the total area. Click on area, click OK. Click OK. But we know that blinding is measured in cubic meter. Blinding is measured in cubic meters. So I will write here, create thickness, create column for thickness. So thickness. So our thickness is 0.05. Click OK. So I will multiply my area by the thickness. Drag this thickness in front of, so this one will be in cubic meters. Cubic meters. So now, what do we need to make our cement? So we'll be needing cement, sand. So cement, sand, and aggregates. Okay, so we need ratio, we need cement per bag, cement per bag. So we need cement ratio, click OK. You need density of cement, density. So quantities of bag, So having done all this, so we know that, so we want to assume the ratio of concrete for blinding. So let us assume 1:3:6. So we know that ratio of cement in this regard is 1, sand is 3, while aggregate is 6. So let me predefine cement ratio. So if it is 1, sand could be 2, 3, 4, 3.5. Aggregate. Okay, this aggregate. Let me predefine that one. Could be 4, 6, 3.5. So okay. So having predefined all this, so our density of cement is 144. Density of cement is 1440. Okay. So and kg, the kg of cement is 50 kg. It's 50. Okay. So we want to know the quantity of bag. We want to know the quantity of cement in this ratio. So to know that, we drag our density. Where is our density? In front of quantity of bag divided by cement bag. So let's choose for cement bag is 50. So we know that one cubic meter equal to 28.8 bags. So it has given us that. So what else again? So cement ratio. We know that cement ratio. So our ratio is going to be 1 plus 3 plus 6. It's going to be 10. So our ratio is going to be cement plus sand plus aggregate. So let's say our aggregate is 6, our sand is 3, our cement is 1. So that's our ratio. So we want to know the ratio of cement in this regard. So ratio of cement is going to be cement divided by ratio. So the ratio of cement in this regard is 0.10. So our markup, we have to mark it up. by shrinkage. We normally use 50% waste and shrinkage. So let us redefine that one too. Some used to use 40% or 35%, 40%, 1.50. So having done all this, so to know the total quantity, let us create total quantity of our cement, total quantity. So to know the total quantity, so it says cement ratio multiplied by our markup multiplied by quantities of bag. So our markup is 50%. So this is the quantity of cement in this ratio, 4.32. So to know so let me bracket this. So I multiply by the total quantity here. So since we are done with everything, so let me check densities. Density is in kg per meter cube. This one is in number. Let me use number. Thickness is in meters. So that's all. So let me check. So our quantity is going to be in bags. Going to be bag, not cubic meter. So cement in bags. So let me check. Let me check all these variables. Cement rich. Let's check all these variables. This one, and this one. So let me check the form layout. After doing that, so I'll check the units. So I want sand to be first item. So I will drag cement to be first, followed by sand and aggregate. So I will click on OK. So I will click OK and OK. So we have created our plugin for cement. So let's go and measure to know. So let's measure. So let's measure sampling once again. So let us check now. I quickly pick up summary. So I have to. So so the thickness is 0.05. Okay, so let's check under template. So this is the total. We'll be needing 13.17 bags of cement to blind this 3 cubic meter. We'll be needing 13.17 bags of cement. So let us go back to template and do for sand. So having done for cement, I can copy this cement to make my sand. So copy, paste. So change the name to sand. change the name to sand. So having changed the name to sand, I will click on advanced. So I will click on advanced. So what I'll be changing here is density, because density of my sand is different from that of cement. So sand is 1.6. It's 1.6. So I don't need bag of cement. So total quantity, where is total quantity? Total quantity is going to be, so total quantity is going to be, it's going to change because, so ratio remains. I don't need cement by bag. This will be deleted. Density, quantity of bag. I don't need quantity of bag. So we are dealing with sand. So total quantity now is going to be, sand multiplied by markup, our markup multiplied by density. So that's total quantity. So that's total quantity. So cement ratio, I will change it to sand ratio. It's going to be sand ratio. Sand ratio. And our sand ratio is going to change to, going to be sand divided by ratio. Where's our divided by ratio? So sand ratio. Where's our sand ratio? Okay, our sand ratio is sand divided by total ratio. Total ratio is 10 cubic meter. Why sand is 3 divided by 10? 3 divided by 10. So total quantity. So our total quantity is going to be sand ratio multiplied by markup multiplied by density. That's our density. This is our density. So these are total quantities we need. So our total quantities multiplied by this. So the unit is going to change to ton. Ton. So since, let me check this density. Which one again? So that's it. So I click on form layout on this markup. So I want my sand to be first because we are dealing with sand now. Sand. Okay, let's maintain the orderliness. Cement, sand, and aggregate, followed by thickness of our. So click OK. Click OK. So let's check again. Home. So sand. Okay. So let me measure this. Measure this. So sand. Okay, let us cross check. So cement, we have to thickness of is 0.05 for sound. Thickness. Oh, okay. So we can see now. Let me show it. So the total tonnage of sand is 1.02 ton required for this blinding. So let's go back to template to do for aggregates. So I will once again copy from this sand. I don't want to create another one. Copy and paste. So I will change the name to aggregates. Aggregates. Click on advanced. So all these parameters will change to. So this one will change to aggregate ratio. Aggregates aggregate ratio. So change this. It's going to be sand, or aggregate divided by ratio. So which one is going to change again? The total quantity is going to change again. Okay, it has changed automatically actually. So markup then, so density is going to change. Where's our density? Density for this is 1.7 for aggregate, 1.70. So 1.70, since that's all what we require to change. So I click on this form layout. So now everything is in order. So I'll click OK. OK. So let's cross check for this one again. I click on sand filling. Okay. So let's make sure. So let's drop the two and check. So the thickness is 0.05. Okay. For sound, next 0.05. For aggregates. So we can see now the estimating. So this is we need 5.52 tons of aggregate for this blinding. So that's all for blinding. So let's go back to home templates. So what's the next item? So we have reinforcement. You have reinforcement in ground beam. So if we want to do for reinforcement, so we click same thing we click the other time. So click on new parts, pick material, write reinforcement. So we want to put the units to be in tons. So bracket ton. So having created this, I'll click on advanced. So what do I need to complete this? So I need total number. Create the rule for total number, total. I will need number per ton, number of iron per ton. So I will need wire width. So since that's all. So I will know that total number of Y16 in a ton is 53. So let me huh? So, so for the reinforcement, we created all we need for the reinforcement. So we know that to know the total, our total is going to be number per ton. So number per ton multiplied by weight per weight and multiplied by, you know that one length of reinforcement is 12 meters, but these days they are not 12 meters again, they are around 11 to 11.5 meters. So I multiply by 11.5 meters, and we know that number per ton for Y16 number per ton is 53. So let me predefine 153 for 93, 53. Okay. So number per ton for Y16 is 53. And the weight of our Y16 is, so for Y10 0.616, Y12 0.88, 1.577. So for Y16 is 1.577. So our markup, let me assume 5% upon 0.05 or 10%. So let us choose 5% for our markup. So having done all this, we click on our quantity and link this our material schedule under reinforcement with Y16. Click on Y16. So look for quantity, this quantity, click OK, click OK. So having linked that, I will divide it by the total. This total, divide by this total, divide by this total. So close the bracket and multiply by the markup. So our unit is going to be in ton. In tonnage. So tonnage. So let me check. Let me check this number of reinforcements. Check the bar weights. That's all. Go to form layout. Check this one. Number of iron pattern. Click OK. Click OK. So let us try that for our reinforcement. So okay. Underground view. So let me click on this ground view. Thickness 1.6. Width 2, 3. Sorry, width should be 1. Thickness 0.1. Okay. So let me check our reinforcements as we did yesterday. Diameter is 16, bar weight is 1.5. So number of is 6, number of bend 6, of straight 1. We have 8, number of bend. We have 2, bend beyond 0.70. Number of lap, we have 1, lap 1.05 as we measured yesterday. Number of side cover, we have 2, cover going to be 0.025 and click OK. So we see now, let me show you under estimating. So we see now, we'll be needing 0.45 tons of reinforcement for this Y system. 0.45 tons of Y system for this reinforcement. So the next thing, go back to templates. The next thing is formwork. So for under formwork, we'll be calculating for 3 things: the plank, that is marine board, the 50 by 50 hardwood, and nails. So for the 3 items. So having clicked on formwork, I'll click on this new part once again, click on this material. So I will write plank or marine board, and click on this advance. So for this formwork, I will link my quantity under formwork. So click on this formwork and choose the quantity. Click OK. Click OK. So the area of, we all know that area of our marine board is 2.4 by 1.2. So 2.4 by 1.2, making 2.88. So the area of marine board, click OK. So our markup, so the area of marine board, let me predefine that 2.88. Our markup, let me assume to be 5%, 1.05, 1.10. So I will now divide it by the area of our marine board. Divide by area of marine board, close and open brackets, multiplied by markup. So area of marine board is 2.88, markup is 5%. So this one is the square meter. So since that's all for this, click on form layout, check this and click OK. Click OK. So let's create others before we go and check. So after marine boards, we need struts, bracing to brace the columns. So I once again go to new parts, click on material, and write 50 by 50 bracing to our columns. So I will click on advance. So what we'll be needing here is that the first size of our column is going to be braced with 50 by 50 hardwood. So let's assume the height of our column So now, so it's going to be, let me create quantities. So our quantity is going to be quantity. Okay. So under this quantity, so we'll be needing 4 number of our plank, and the one that will be at on the perimeter of our columns, that will be on the perimeter of our column. Let's assume the spacing of that is 300 mm. The spacing of that is 300 mm. So let me link the total quantity for my formwork to this place. So formwork. So formwork, I will look for total length, the total length or linear total. Okay, let me check the marine board first. So, let me double click on marine board to know the total. Okay, so I will click on this reason once again. I will link it with my formwork by clicking this and click formwork and look for quantity. Hello? So look,
Hello. So
are you
that
hearing me?
that means, yeah, that means you have to know your the materials that you have at the market, their weight, their density, and all those things, their
For
length, in
under
order
what?
to bring out the quantity, the material length
Yeah,
that is
you
at
have
the
to know
market.
their actual length, their weight, their sizes in the market. Like this 50
Okay.
by 50 bracing now, it before it used to be 3.6 meter by 0.3 meter, but now it has been reduced by 3.3, some 3.3, some 3 meters, the length of this hardwood something. So 3.3, that's the size of some of these materials. So do you get, hello? You understand?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I guess.
So I'm trying to link this formwork with my, so linear total. Okay, for my beam, yeah. For my beam. So formwork to beam, advance. Okay. So I will click on bracing again. Click on bracing. Click on advance. So I will link the total quantity linear meter of our ground beam, linear total, linear total, linear total, and click OK. Click OK. So this is linear total because there's going to be bracing across the beam. So the bracing, let's assume is 300. So the spacing, let me create column for spacing. Center to center. Center to center. So let me predefine this. Let me assume that the center is 0.25. 0.30, 0.40, and click OK. So our center to center and the width of our beam width, beam width. So since this is what will beam width and beam height, so size of plank, size of hardwood, I mean. So hardwood is in 3.3 meters, some 3 meters, some 3.3 meters. So I will link the beam height, ground beam, where's the height? See my name thickness. So the beam width, the width. So having linked this, so to know the spacing, so number of hardwood, So to know the number of hardwood, so we link this total length. Let me link this linear total again. Diagram beam linear total. So to know the number of hardwood is going to be linear total divided by center to center to know the total number of hardwood. So having done this, so the total quantities is going to be the width, going to be number of hardwood times bracket the width. You know that you have height in two places, height multiplied by 2 because of two sides plus the width and close brackets. Do you understand? Are you getting me? Mr. Ines, okay.
Yeah, I'm following.
We need number of hardwood multiplied by beam height, and our beam height is in two places, one side and the other side, and the width. So and click OK. So multiply by the markup. And after everything, we know that length of one plank is 3.3. So now divided by size of hardwood. And the size of hardwood is 3.3. Let me check why is this showing that. Okay. That. So this one is going to be in pieces. So let me check this size. This one says do I need center to center? Center to center is 3 meters. So since that's all, go to show the size. Click OK. So let me go and So, okay, let us do that of nail too before we check. So for nail, in every 1 meter square of marine board, we'll be needing 0.01 bag of nail. So let me create new parts, click on material, so nail, so in bag, nail, bag, so click on advanced, so nail per meter square, so for nail per meter square we need 0.01 bag, 0.01 bag, so this one's in bag. So I will click on this quantity and link my total area of my formwork, total quantities of my formwork. That's the quantity. Click OK, click OK, click OK. So I multiply by this. So I multiply by markup. So let me assume markup to be 5%. Then okay, so my markup is 5%. So unit of our measurement is going to be bag. In bag, so let me share this markup. Form layers, show the units. Click OK. Click OK. So let us check all this under so let's check. Sorry, under Rambi. So the width from 2 So click OK. Let's check. I said this beam is 3 in 1, so you have to measure it 3 times. So drop it. So let's so brazen. Why brazen? Yeah. The markup. I have to let me check the markup. Is the markup that's the problem? It's from the markup I see now. 1.05, 1.1. Okay. So our markup now 5%. So that's shown now. Let me check. So we'll be needing 171 pieces of brazing for this ground beam. 171 pieces. So that's that for formwork. So since that's all for all what we did on substructure, that's the only material we be needing for our substructural works. Since we know, as in we have knowledge of how to do material schedule for formwork, concrete, reinforcement, DPM, sand filling, I believe we can use this knowledge to develop other materials. Or when we are doing for superstructural works, when we start training on superstructural work, we do same for all those elements too. So I want you to ask questions if you have any before we close. Mr. Ernest, do you have question?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay with what we've done so far.
Okay. Thank you for joining. I'll be sharing you with this tutorial video. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too.
Okay.